having to do a little side quest real quick. Because of course, one isn't there one. Now, how can I add local plugin? Does this just add a local plugin? Local control center. These are them. Does that work? One of my stupid plugins broke, and now I'm mad about it. See, why is this? Why are you like this? Is it in bin? Is this what I'm looking for? No, that's the plugin. I don't want the plugin. I want an actual distributable file. I guess I have to figure that. Let's see. Pack? Is it pack? Yeah, that's what it is. Now, does that work? No, it does not work. So rude. Well, we'll do the countdown. Why not? Wonder if it's like a... something that's getting logged? Might be something that's getting logged. Let's see. Let's see. This is long. Failed to resolve. Untrusted mount point? Okay, well, seems easy enough. Do this. Get that out of there. There we go. That worked. Hooray, now I can actually play game. I do love when things just randomly decide to break. All right. Let's hop on the block game server. Right, I was doing some strip mining. I think I'm going to finish until my pick breaks. I have some things that I want to get done today. But we'll see if we can get them done. No idea. I have not played since the other day. So, literally what I've played is what you guys have seen. Really trying to keep it kind of play along-ish. So, why did someone build right next to me? Man, I liked my space. Whoever did this is about to lose their stuff. Oh, I see. This was Pip setup. I got it. Well, I guess I'll find a new place, because I like having a good bit of space. I didn't really want to co-op on this one. But that's all good. It's just a base. So the biggest thing... Oh. This is not my stuff either, though. Alright, well, fortunately that chest is still mine. I guess that's what we're going to do for now, then. Let's get a couple of beds packed up. Grab one to bring with us, and I guess I need a new pickaxe, because mine keeps breaking. Right, I did find a mouse tweaks fix that I need to employ next go-around, which was, let's see, always exactly one item, I think is the actual fix. Yeah. And then it's also inverted from my preference, but that's fine. Let's see. Up to push. Much better. So, yeah, that can go back there. And I'm thinking probably should actually make some things here. Let's start with a singular piece of iron, because I'm going to upgrade this. I'm going to go and make a diamond pick after all. May as well. I say may as well. I actually do very much know that that could have been a drill. Just as easily it can not be a drill. Make an item, an iron furnace, because it'll be a little bit quicker. And let's do... Ooh, mouse tweaks is really trying to mess with me today. Let's do 24 iron for full set of armor, and then we'll go explore. Bring my food around. I guess go ahead and isolate this stuff out a little bit better. Use the poppy to dye my replacement sleeping bag, because I actually had one, but I lost it the other day. Right, like right here. Right by the house, which was weird. But that's fine. We'll do that. How much Nicolite do I have? Or, sorry, Electrotine. Let's, since this is here, just go ahead and turn this into redstone. Because I don't really need Electrotine. So we'll do that. Silicon has EMC. Interesting. It does help to use the right tool. Do a pair of pants. I can't tell if that's a chunk. No, that's not chunk boundary. That's just funniness. Okay. So let's take a look at the map real quick and see. Yeah, I still can't scroll. Okay, so it looks like there's a 2-chunk length quarry over there. So maybe I should really go explore some so that I actually have some space and don't have to worry about... I'm just worried about like overriding other people's builds or getting in the way. There's a lot to do in this pack, so I don't want to have my own constraints that are put together because of wanting to, you know, not like step on other people's builds or anything. So seems kind of the most respectful way about it, at least from my angle. So I'm leaning towards going east. May go ahead and make a boat real quick. The chest in there. These can just get converted down. I don't really care. what they get made into. I swore it was getting nighttime. Am I losing my frickin' mind? I don't know. Anyways, let's see. We've got a little bit more to go, and then we'll have the full set, and I'll feel a little more comfortable. Not going to bring the scoop with me because we do need the smoker. Not this one or that one. This one, and I just didn't feel like making this yet. But we do have everything we need for it. I just don't feel like being a bother to these guys. All right. We've got that. We've got a boat. We've got an amount of food that is somewhere between none and some. Yeah, all right. Let's go east, and then we can use the warp systems to move ourselves around and find new places. Ooh, hang on. See, now that's fun. That could be fun to build on. Yeah, okay. I think I like how much more dense this area is anyway. This wouldn't be that far of a move. But it would give me some of the more dense structure style that I like. And we can build up there, actually. Why don't we do that? I think that actually sounds super neat to do. Have a little, well, like a little pond down here. We can get very simple stuff set up. We'll get a bit of this cave cleared out. See how this is. Let's see. What is it, F7? Get ourselves a little bit comfortable in here. Mouse. Mishka Mushka. All right, so let's get this built down. So I'm thinking we can build out, we can go harvest actually some glass. And while, yes, I do know that other people have gotten into equivalent exchange, and I know that equivalent exchange is like definitely the OP route to go. Trust me, I played this pack a ton when I was a kid. I say kid, I was 16. But I know how quickly that route can go out of hand. So I'm gonna just kind of play more chill for a little bit and then get into EMC as I run out of things that I don't think I can reasonably automate. Why is this like this? Is it because I took the bottom off of it? Yeah, okay. Weirdo. Just trying to clean up. Jeez. So we'll get all this cleared out a little bit, and then I'm thinking, oh, that was funny. Thinking we can do sort of a, wondering, should we do here? I think here's fine. Do sort of a viewing bay. So we'll do home real quick. And then we can go ahead and grab a few of our materials. Realistically, I should probably make some better tools. Do we have any spruce around? I know there's a way to get spruce. That's not what I'm interested in at the moment. And that's okay. So what we'll do is this. Oops. And I think I just messed that up. Oh well. That is not the end of the world. We do have compressed cobble though, don't we? No? Oh, okay. That's right. That's well, that's extra utilities, and we don't have extra utilities. Go ahead and get rid of that there. I guess we'll run over. I was really hoping to find... I guess Greatwood does work. I just don't want to use it. Personally, I would like to avoid massacring big, beautiful trees. Is that a turkey? It is. Wow. Neat. Hello. Yeah, I hear you. Where's that bear? Don't know. Don't know where that bear got to. Big great wood tree there and there through the horizon. Juniper. Okay. Fun. Okay. So we can set up in here. I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I don't love it quite as much as I thought I would. We'll figure it out. I had organization, but that kind of all went to hell in a handbasket. Let's see. We can do that. Put all of our ores and gems and dust here. These guys will all stay with me for now because they are my food. Am I missing anything that's vaguely? Yeah, sure. Why not? So, ooh, that's fun. So I don't know how we should build or what we should build. I don't know. Nothing immediately sparks inspiration at the moment. I liked the shape of this a lot. And so it does make me wonder, perhaps a chisel would be worth the investment. For the various chiseled stone. Hang on, we have iChisel, don't we? Yeah, that'll be 8,000. What's durability? I don't actually know. That's fine. We'll do an iChisel. So, right, I did need that redstone. Why did I put that away? Do these three. Like so, and now we can take a look at different variants of chiseled blocks. So it does beg the question, what do we have in this color palette for the time being? Temple block has always been hardy on the eyes, just because of the weird warp model that it does. You know, I don't mind these planks. These planks look very fun. Especially like the big wider bordered ones. So why don't we go get some glass? We'll grab another shovel, or a new shovel, I should say. Go grab some sand from the desert. I've got my sleeping bag on me, so we're good there. And we'll go see how building with sand and glass, specifically glass and sandstone, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And maybe one of these would be a good, like, spark of inspiration, I'm thinking, maybe. There we go. I haven't had my hotbar laid out like this in a while, but if it works, it works. Hello. So I'm going to go a little bit further and see if I can find... Yeah, let's get back into this. Oh, there's a village over there, too. That'll be useful. Get a couple of seeds that we don't already have. Which I don't think we have any seeds now that I've thought about it. Oh yeah, there's a bug with my texture packs for carrot, potato, and beetroot, I think even. It's whatever. Look at him. And you. But honestly, it's this guy who's stealing the show. All 9 of his pixels are worth more than my life's entire, like, cumulative worth combined. Well, that does... Those mean the same thing. What is this? Hops. Okay. I had a hunch, but I couldn't remember if bennies did hops or not. See, this is how wheat's supposed to look. And then these are carrots that have been upsetted. But that's fine. And beetroots. And I think probably potatoes if I had to guess. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see. What do we have here structure-wise? What's to see? So we've got pristine stock forest princess and some comb and some... Yeah, I'm not interested in any of that. I'll let other people grab that. I am going to do bees, but I want to do them from scratch, so... Is that one of the old Thaumcraft obelisks? Yeah, sure is. Dang. All right. You know what? While we wait off the night, let's take a minute to fix that texture, because I've been meaning to, and it's going to bug me. So let's do... Why are you on this monitor, idiot? There we go. Now you get a beautiful view of my monitor. We'll close out of the pack for now. Let's just do a 1.12.2. Pack, like so. And we'll just do this again, like so. Open the folder for you and for you. Grab that. Launch you. Ow. Pretty sure it's just a model definition that I have wrong, but... No, not that. That. And that. That. Put the resource pack on. And now what we'll do is we'll do you and you side by side. The testing world, super flat. Okay, now we have a proper testing ground that's not going to constantly distract me. So we'll grab seeds for all the kinds. We'll need carrots, potatoes, bone meal, and water and farmland. I guess probably a hoe is easier now that I think about it. We'll just space them out a little bit. Don't know what I'm doing here. I guess I'm just trying to make sure that I can really clearly see what's going on with these at their different states. So we've got you, 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 and then I don't know. Realistically, I don't think these are going to cause any problems. Let's just see that real quick. Yeah, no, these are fine because these use the same texture for the most part. So we have stage 1, stage 2. If we look over here, I swear I'm going to go strangle this stinking dog who's crying outside of my door because every single person has decided to talk loud today. Let's see. So I'm thinking the issue is block states because you see I've got these for the other states. So if we go pull these up, put that into there, hide that away. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this 3A, B, C thing that's probably a problem, but we'll see. So we have 2. So that was fine. But then if I did the same one here, it's random. So it sometimes will work and sometimes it will not. Well, it's supposed to be random. Now you're going to make me look like an idiot. Does this work totally fine in this case, but not in like a Forge instance? It might be that. Let's see. Change version, install loader, Forge. Right, and let's change you to launch with a reasonable version of Java. That's probably related. Because yeah, there's this is not, that's not quite right. And if we go look at the, we go look at libraries, Mojang, Minecraft. We look at 112.2. Assets, craft. Would it be, I guess it would be models, right? Models, block, beetroots. Why are they named like this? Here we go. Beetroots, stage 1, 2. Yeah, we just don't need 3. I'm pretty sure it's like the actual foundation of the problem. 7 was fine. Once again, we've got this. So it's because it's an array when we really need it to just be standard. But let's see. Yep, there we go. So now that's broken. And now if we do F3G to reload the textures. Yeah, back in 112, Forge really did fix a lot of things that Mojang did not. There we go. And now they're all fixed. For all of these. Wheat was never broken. Cool. Okay. Small tangent aside. We can now send that up and away. And now we can launch Technic. I'm going to go take a real quick stretch break while that loads. I'll be right back. Okay. And once all these chunks propagate, they're... Yep, everything's good now. Cool. Hello. Cool. I will absolutely keep harvesting all of this wheat and just regrowing it when needed, because it is a must-have. We've had basically no good food this whole time. Speaking of no good food, I'm also going to eat a little bit of cheese while I'm here, because I am starving. What does he have? What do you have? Is that their thing? Do they just have valuables in their hands? Huh. I'm not going to kill them for it. It's not mine. So, I guess that's my cue to start with my eco-terrorism. So I'm just going to kind of start working out a space here. It doesn't really need to be that big for our purposes. Just going to clear this out because it's going to be there. For our purposes, really does not need to be that big. Do we have open blocks, by the way? No. Mostly just trying to do areas that are very clearly designated off for certain things. So you know what? We'll follow this contour here over to here. That should do. And that gives us a lot to work with, including some really annoying horses that may end up disappearing. We're going to grab the sandstone while we're here, because I think I am going to build with it after all. And I think that'd be a good idea. Are you considered a wild horse? You are. Okay. Turn that off. It is nice to have Wayla when you need it, but I still like the genuine experience of not knowing what the heck a thing was. I still find that to be the most fun. Yeah, I think that should be enough. I'm not sure. I'm thinking on it still. Let's see. The coal will be nice too. Man, I still regularly think back about the, or think back to Doc's old, like the very OG, perimeter. Like the first one that was all ice, and back when he used a weird custom build of Faithful 32 that had his own tweaks to it. Way, way back then. Back when Etho and Doc were kind of both still fanboys to a extent of each other. Not really, but like definitely felt like more like two guys who were just talking about the same thing a lot. But it just was like very cool of, oh, these are people actually talking about a thing that we all like. Cool. I don't know. It was a good time. Those were good times. Can I eat the hops? I cannot. Then they shall go, because I don't care for alcohol. In most concepts and senses, at least. Okay, so we're finally getting close to connecting these across. Good, good, good. I was wondering where that had gotten off to, because it felt like I had kind of lost the plot a tiny little bit. Bud, you're not really gonna get out of here anytime soon, are you? I don't think he is. Don't think he is. Oh well. Should finish eating this real quick. There's a dog who is pleading with me. Alas, she will get nothing. Buddy is literally just not helping at all. What a guy. Now this guy I will get rid of. Because I actually don't care for their sounds or their models. Didn't then, don't now. Alright, now we're getting close to the end of this outline all done. And again, we're getting all this sandstone, which will be nice. Excuse me. There we go. I was like, I should be getting to the end soon. In theory. And then I run out of room. I have to go home and back again. Let's do that real quick. Go ahead and get this stuff dropped off. We really need to plant a farm sooner than later. Now that I've got seeds, I should probably prioritize that. Yeah, sure. We'll go and sleep. Ooh, some iron. We do need to go mining pretty soon once we get this up and smelting. Perfect. When I'm done, I will excavate him out of there. He was just kind of getting underfoot a lot. see. Okay, we're back here again. I don't normally have such a hard time keeping track of my location, but these are... the way I've dug these out have been very difficult to follow. That should help a tiny bit, and then I'll probably start working on getting this little 2-block wall knocked out real quick. All right, and then we can take this out. This here so that I remember where our little guy is, because he is annoying. All right, how are we doing? It's not terrible. Let's go and just do a straight line across. There, that's a lot more clear where the issues are. Much easier. So, my thoughts for this server world is I'm going to embrace the extravagant stupidity of, I don't know that there's a better way of doing this, so we're just gonna do it this way. Because that was just kind of how we did things, and it's been so long since I've turned my brain off and stopped hyper-analyzing every single thing that I make. And then just make something because this is how I would... it's how you connect A to B. Like, I don't know. Just sounds nice to just build. Make spaghetti, who cares? I mean, we don't even have applied logistics, so I'm gonna have to learn how to do logistics pipes in this version because it is the newest version of LP, and I only know the older version. I don't know how to do this version of LP. Cool. All right, that is a sand quarry. Now everyone has access to a sand quarry. So now I desperately, desperately want to get a hold of a couple of things. So for starters, let's go ahead and get this smelting into iron. I'm going to make another iron furnace. Man, you know you're old school when you still remember what this stands for. I hope I'm not the only one who still remembers what this stands for. I don't need my back hurt quite that bad. So we'll do this. We'll make another iron furnace. And what we're going to do... Ooh, what the hell is happening here? Is this because of my high render distance by chance? It might be. Let's drop this down to 12. TFBP stands for Terraformer Blueprint. Terraformer, not firmer. It is something. A relic from the back, or from back when we didn't really have, like, quality ways of moving biomes around. That is to say, we still don't. Terraformer craft, indeed. Wait a minute. I just had a horrific idea. So we have... Okay, hang on. I want to break things. I just realized I can break things. And yes, I do own the server. I am the one who is responsible for unbreaking the broken things. But I have an idea. I think it'd be funny if it worked. So... we have fluid logging. Doesn't really show up because it just works behind the scenes. But the essence, does this work? It does, great. The essence is that, you know what, you get to come with. In all the ways that you would expect fluid slabbing and staring and whatever to work, it works. Works really well, actually. Like, frighteningly so. To the degree that, like... if I come down over here, start to swim, come up, I do actually go all the way up that gradient. So that has me wondering now, because I have never wanted to play with this before. We're gonna do that, just because. So, if I recall... No, is that not the recipe? What's your stupid recipe? That, thank you. This, perfect. But I want another one. Oh, God, I hate that it's so stick-oriented. Welcome to the breaking of things. And I guess we're gonna make another one. So my thoughts now are... oh no, this works? Does this work? Oh God, all of this works. Alright, and unfortunately this isn't even as funky as it gets. It does get worse. Gonna ignore being mildly upsetted to make myself mildly more upsetted. Let's grab... did I have 3 extra iron? I did. And now I do not. It's a bucket now. Let's go to the sand quarry. I sure did put that warp directly in the middle of the quarry. Very helpful. There, I fixed it. Thought there was, yeah, okay, north. So this is where things continue to get more cursed. Possibly? I don't know. What oil do we have? Whose oil do we have? We have BC oil, technically. What oil is this, I guess, is really my question. It's behaving like BC oil, that's for sure. Let's see. Yeah, that's BC oil. Okay, I am seeing the mechanisms that people are complaining about. However, hear me out. Oh, dang it. I wonder if it's fluid logging that's causing it, because it does, correct, yes, I'm pretty sure, but the only thing that made me second guess is someone was saying Galacticraft on the server chat the other day. Maybe. So this does beg the question. I don't have that, but I do. You just don't want me to. Rather, if I had not picked up that bucket, then it would still be here when I had just updated these blocks. So clearly I have picked up that bucket, except it went away when I updated my inventory. This is an unrelated tangent on the slabbing thing that I'm trying to do that's also cursed, but might actually be related. I don't really and truly, what on earth? Do we have a mining dim? No. Okay. I should have known this was going to happen. Well, I'll do other things with that at some point, probably. My question real quick, though, is what did the server have to say about that event happening? Because I'm sure it had something. I'm sure it had words. Let's see. Logs, Tekkit. Yep, there's a crash that is being suppressed. Can you stop auto-refreshing? That is the least useful feature when I'm scrolling upwards. When I scroll up, stop. Just stop. Stop. Give some help. Null string not allowed. Null string not allowed. Where is it? Huh? Fluid logging API. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Wait to auto-refresh real quick. Get me a few thousand more logs. Thank you. Now never refresh again because I want to look through this little stack trace a little further up. Yeah, this is a client error. No, hang on, that was the wrong thing. Also the wrong thing. Backup MBT. Yeah, this is just fluid logging not playing nicely with BC fluids. Okay. Well. Yeah, we do have Mistcraft. Everywhere is a mining dim if you hate yourself enough. Yeah, I know you do. That doesn't surprise me. You know what I hate? Why does this recipe give you 3 slabs? You know, Ellicent maybe probably shouldn't have made roots 2 or any of the weird embers crap that has been under fire a lot lately. I was gonna say you can't pick these, right? Empty hand only. That's brutal. So I am almost where I want to be. I need to find a great wood tree that I can fell and not feel terrible about. Not feel as terrible about. You know what? These are trash to me. If I can't recombine them and they don't make like an even... Hang on, huh? Alright, Magic Bees, you do your thing, I guess. If you're not going to make an even number, if you're not going to make sense, then get out. Get lost. Yeah, that's just juniper. That's fine. Woof. Mala, you have all the right in the world to go shut up somewhere else. Thank you. You're just sitting here crying. I have nothing for you. I gave you attention all day, stink dog. That's a mouse in the water. Hello. I'm looking for... Hello? I would like a greatwood tree that I won't feel terrible cutting down. I'm not seeing one anymore. Oh. Hello. Also, ew. Oh man, these models were just so busy. Models and textures, actually. I do mean both. But then also not at all busy. Like, why your ears? Your head? With no gap? Oh no. We've come a ways. A friend. A friend for bringing along, just in case. Oh, I want this to go away. I don't want to see what I'm looking at anymore. Does basalt have any good tiles? Oh, it has tons. That's right, because there's cathedral and chisel. There we go. That looks like a greatwood tree that looks sad in the distance. A zebra. Wow. Whoa. I did see some jasper in the World Gen earlier that would have been really pretty to build with too. Was it this pack? Jade? No, it would have been jasper, right? Maybe? Misremembering. I might be misremembering. Don't know what other pack that would have been. A sealed notebook. Okay. The collation folder inside. Reinforced glass. Industrial craft reinforced. So I can make a vac nuke resistant miscraft dimension. Interesting. Oh god, what's going on the ATM server? I mean, like, I know it's been quiet, but that does now make me wonder. Oh. That's not ideal. I can get that fixed for you then. Ugh, I forgot this UI. This was a choice. Abandoned study? Yeah, okay. That would be cool to go to if I could, but I don't think I can. This I could, but I don't particularly want to die. Can I? Okay, just the back. Anyways, I'm here for this and tumbleweeds. Well, if you just want number to come back, I can make number come back. That's easy. Realistically, your player data should be somewhere in the backups at some point, I hope, but it's hard to say. Oh, damn it. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I remember when the axe of the stream was always chosen to be the fave for these trees, and now I'm remembering why, because I totally forgot. And here I am, a total fool, egg on my face, great wood all over the place. Didn't even bring a bucket of water with me. Oh well, at least fast leaf decay makes it really quick to figure out what's what. Could be worse. I was gonna say, this is getting to the point where I think it's just a new tree. Alright, bye. Alright, we're gonna go with the really jank approach, because you have to. Well, mind you, it is actually just making things worse now, isn't it? That's it. That's the tree. Cool. Get. I really just want this. Oh, and the Enderman's gone. Shoot. Oh well. We'll go home for now. And we'll go ahead and get some things going. So I have the very basic premise of a semblance of a plan, and not much more than that, to be real with you. So I'm leaning towards like some sort of put those there for now because I really need to clean up my inventory. Some sort of a doorway off over here to this side. And you know, I may actually even mess with the idea of doing a diagonal doorway, because I haven't done a diagonal doorway in a really long time, and that sounds like a terrible idea, so I kind of want to do it now. Come on. So something like that. And then we will bring all this flattened down to this same flush point. And then I want big old observation room vibes. Observation deck, I guess, is really what it's called when you have it this large. So let's go and get these 2 stacks smelting, and we'll keep working on it from there. Now, the biggest thing that I wanted the wood for was to do big, like, sprawling supports from the top to the bottom. And then maybe even do some very vague... I mean, we have chisels and bits, so I could go ham if I really wanted to. I don't, to be frank. That's not in the spirit of this pack for me, at least. For others, sure, do what you want, but my vibe is build spaghetti, have fun, laugh at spaghetti. And by spaghetti, I mean sprawling, irrepresentable, illogical loops of just complete nonsense made out of IC2 cables and Buildcraft pipes, and just complete garbo is my goal. Is just to have fun and not think. Ever again. None think. So I don't have a real strict structure guideline in mind. Which is for a reason. Yeah, pretty much. He gets it. So maybe like here, because I actually really would like this to come out a little bit. And then we can do we have glass yet? We do. We could do glass. Is there a glass that I'm not thinking of that would be fun for this? Well, it's not that, that's for sure. Man, I always hated how cool, but how terrible Benny's was to set up with the glass. Same with Railcraft glass. I don't want to have to get into Railcraft. I just want cool glass that connects. That's whatever. Honestly, let's just go with the OG. Good old bubble glass. So we'll do this essentially here. And then we'll back these like so. And of course, I will make this look not quite so bad. So something like this. And so this is going to come to a point probably right around here where we're going to need to pull in a tiny bit so that this looks like it's actually bracing up against that wall, which is fine. And then we're just going to repeat this a couple of times. Very lazy. But I still think it's going to have a cool vibe, which is kind of what I'm going for. Somewhere between, like, really cool, but also, man, why didn't I just do that when I was a kid? Because that would have been kind of fun. And very, very doable. We'll drop this back down in 1. Something like this is kind of the idea, the vibe. And under these, we'll do, I'm thinking sandstone, just because it's, for me, sandstone and spruce are like 2 very nostalgic textures. They don't necessarily look the great 100% of the time, but you can kind of like almost I can tint my memories a little bit to remember how this used to be like the high effort, but also not really that high effort look that was always kind of what I was going for. So I don't know. I like this. Oh, this is fun. I don't know if I like how this kind of comes around. We'll see. So we've got two. I like maybe this should be the beam. Do that there, and then we would do, I'm leaning more towards, I should say. Because thinking is most certainly not what I would call this. Something like this-ish. Again, really just trying to lean into the shape here, at least a little, but we're actually running into, or rather, running out of that, so maybe that's gonna need some modification. Not much, though. That's actually not that far off. That's not that far off. We'll make that work. I think I have an idea that might work okay. Again, less going for perfect and more going for, yeah, okay, that works for me. That needs to go down a couple. And then we can do that. No, that's, see, that always looks weird. Do that. Can't do that. Illegal. 1,000 Years Dungeon. I don't know. I'll fiddle with it. I can't say that I really care too much if it's even completely open. Anything that falls from that distance is not going to have a good time anyways. And honestly, what's a good creeper explosion between friends? I do like this break being here, though. So then we'll do, I'm thinking probably stop here. So we'll do but do you remember what mod they were originally from? Because it was not Yabba. Factorization. No, don't do that. Factorization by Neptune Pink. Yeah, I won't lie, this place actually has a pretty cool vibe. I like this. So now we can do... Yep. Guilty as charged. And then I learned how cool factorization was on its own. It felt kind of bad, actually. Managed to get a lot of other people to play with it too, which was my redemption arc to a degree. So do we... I'm stuck on trying to figure out, do I want to do... Okay, so I'm stuck between. Do I leave this as is with this glass lining and then leave this open, just completely wide open, and then maybe have like a layer of half slabs across this top ledge or even stairs? Or do I just repeat this pattern, shifting it inward each time, which I feel like would get weird. Like if we had everything here, but now here, it feels like it's leaning in too much now. Kind of like the idea of it being kind of chunkster on the outside, but all one relatively common depth on the inside. I don't know. That is a good look. I like that. That actually looks way cooler than I thought it was going to look. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, with just a little line of, I think we have slabs. If we can do great wood slabs, I think that's the move. Schmove, if you would. Do that. And then I should probably actually put my crafting table somewhere. Yeah, okay, good. Yep, that is the look I was kind of hoping for. And we have a lot of room to play with in this area up here as well. As far as like if we wanted I'm kind of thinking like a multi-split level thing where we have like an upstairs and a downstairs that's kind of simple-ish. I don't know. I have ideas. This kind of weird slot is probably not going to do anything. Let's work on this door situation now that I'm looking at it a little more. So I like the idea of flanking it with a piece of glass as well, but I don't know if I'll be able to actually keep that symmetry and have it make any sense. Maybe, actually, now that I'm looking at it, probably, because this is almost a bareback mountain anyway. Yeah, I could probably pull that off. So we would do like this, really. Let's see. No, my leg. Caught in a bear trap. So now we can do that as our, like, joist and brace point, and then have that come across. Right there. Do we have rotation lock? We do not. Okay. Oh, all good. We can do another bracing right here at the intersection of these two. Like so. And we can just kind of keep on with this, actually. This was absolutely not a planned out build and has become solid. And I'm not really even sure how. Greatwood arcane doors. These are all the good doors. We can't afford good doors. Only the cheapest doors for me. No, I still need that. I want to see something real quick. I want to play with it. The build style that we're going here. Do we bump these up a little bit? Gosh, I need more. I need these two to know the difference. I need you to be an axe when you need to be an axe and be a shovel all the other time. You should just know better. No, not that. How does that look? No, I don't like that. No, that goes right away. So this is the center column. So we'll connect that over. So you and you. That's that. And then we need doors. So I'm going to put them... Is it here and here that works the best, if I remember correctly? Yeah, that is vaguely what works better. We can do fun, cute shapes with Greatwood. So we could actually do this. Technically, that is a pressure plateable spot, but I'm not really super worried about it at the moment. And then I want to make some chiseled stone variety here that is like a little more repetitive. And we want to make sure that we, you know, incorporate the builds like we normally would try to at least. We'll bring that all the way up to the same level here. We can do... that. For some of these guys. Like so. And now we're at least sealed. Ooh. Sealed in the sense of no ingress from mobs. I should put it that way. So we may still want to do some more work on the exterior here. I'm especially leaning towards bringing these, making sure all of these are up above this point wherever I can. And then we probably should work on terraforming sooner than later. But it's not really urgent at the moment. I had a bread already? Oh, shoot. I never did plant that. Looks like we're on the blueberry diet. Is this going to grow at some point? That may not grow. I may need to move some grass over to these two little pods. All right, we'll see. What can you do? Let's go ahead and get this main common area here brought out to sandstone. And then we'll talk about the plan from here. Do we have claiming? Wouldn't have been a bad idea to put claiming on, but that's okay. So I'm thinking probably around here we'll do... Should really make signs. Make signs. You guys know how I think when I'm working on builds. Do these work for 3 planks still? They do. Good. Because I only need a few. So this... We're going to fill this in a tiny bit. So this will be a nook. We'll do the same thing over here. And then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, we're running into like some odd proportions here, so I'm wondering what I should do, but I don't know if we really want to concern ourselves about it that much, if it's that critical right now, or if we just want to think about other things at the moment. I don't know. Because what do we have on this side? After this, we have a break of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another pier. 1, 2, 3, 4 is not a lot of room on this side, and we already have things going on here. But that would put a pier here. And my concern is not this pier, it's actually the window on the other side. Yeah, that's going to cut that window right off. But I could move this over to match up to here instead. And by shifting this over, we can kind of like have everything flank. I don't know. Let's see. Let's play with it. So it could be here, here, or here. And I'm leaning towards here now for the sake of seeing how is this going to look. If we give ourselves a little more room, we'll fill this in just to help visualize what this large block of wall would look like. So now this is what, 6? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with a wall right here. Fully encompasses this segment and this segment. Is this encompassing it in the same way though? No, this is off by 1 again. How odd. How have I done that? That's fine. We can just scoot this No, because if I scoot this, then that's not going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then that. I need to stop looking at it from this perspective, I think, is kind of my issue. I'm working on this one. I should really be looking at this and how I want to frame these. Which might just be a problem for another day when I have less stuff in my inventory. Now, let's see. How are we doing on light? Terribly. No surprises, really. We'll replace this at some point with proper light. So, if I wanted to frame these two, we would have a wall here. On this wall. And then we could replicate the same thing. Get that out of here. Replicate the same thing here, right? And so now that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we can do from here all the way over to this end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this would be the last one. And so we would start the same or a similar, because you can even see it fits into the mountain here, curvature that we have on that end. And so now that leaves, this is kind of just here, so we can get this out of here for now. Don't get me wrong, I like the idea, and I think we'll probably still do it. It just needs to be incorporated better and at a better time. And to be fair, I think we will probably still have these accentuated forward from the wall. Put that there, that there. There we go. Yeah, because that will still align up with where we want things to be lined. Perfect. So we'll put that there. That actually can still go there. We just need to not worry about the down selection, or rather the down support, down beam is where I'm looking for yet. So we'll put you there to put little off cusps here for now, but we'll get to that. So now I'm going to work on clearing a little bit of this out. And we can play with this some. So if we really wanted you to have... If we wanted to have this, let's do all this so we can clean up some space. I wanted to have glass here. Didn't see through that. That's odd. There's no face culling on that. We can do something along those lines. We just need to be aware of the the basket of worms we're about to pour on ourselves. Whatever. Sure, we'll go and sleep. Why not? And if I can clean something up, I'm gonna. want that back. So let's see, we now are here. Sorry, I'm struggling to visualize how this is mapping and corresponding, because it is going to, it just needs some work. So then it was this here. And then on the opposite side here, we'll do this and that. So this is getting a little more shapely. So now we have that. We have our weird little doorway, which is really... God, I'm hungry again. Holy crap. Just go and clear a lot of this stuff up here real quick. That way it's easier to traverse and navigate and build. So let's say we have this, we have glass on the other side, and then this wall shape here is really 2 in and 2 in, because this is where our doors are right now. Right there. Which I don't know that I'm going to replicate on the other side. And then we have 1 glass here. Did I mismeasure that? No? What have I mismeasured? I've mismeasured something. Hang on. We've got... Oh. Yeah, I mismeasured something probably all the way from the beginning, I'm thinking maybe. That's all right. Let's see. So what did I mess up? And I need more of... It was... I just picked it off the cusp. It's not actually one that I have favorites for or anything. What are you called? Dent. I can never remember the name of these. Dent. Okay, so this is where something went awry. This starts to offset already by 1. So we need to get all of this torn down. Maybe not completely all of it, but... So... 1, 2, 3, and then this needs to come in a block. That's right. Okay. And then we will straddle that piece, right? Yeah, that's right. And then that can just get kind of wedged in there a little bit. I think that looks fine. Bonk. There we go. And so now we have a piece of glass directly along you. Gosh, I wish that would not be there, but whatever. What can I do? So we can... There we go. We'll grab... Am I out of half slabs? I am. That's right. Okay. So be it. So now we have... There. So I am now once again here. Need to go over. Now we're getting to the point where there's enough stuff going on that I fear this is starting to look a little too, like, cookie cutter. Or we may want to, like, kind of pile this up a little bit. Look like the side of this has slid down a tiny bit. Yeah, that's fine. Because it's going to happen. What do you want? It'll happen. Okay, so now we have funky shape of doors, which was 1, 2, and then 1, 2. One, two, 1, 2. And then it goes straight into the glass. How did I mismeasure now? What? Am I off by block? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What am I missing now? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. This is aligned here and here. Huh. Well, isn't that something? Oh, I'm missing that glass block. That's what it is. So now there's glass here. That's what it was. And then 1, 2, 1, 2 with this kind of weird thing that we've got going on. Sounds good, looks good, feels right-ish. I'll figure this part out. This may not actually be glass in the end. I don't really care. So there, that's a floor plan. It's not much of one, but it's here. We have an idea. But anyways, you guys, we are hitting really close to the 2-hour mark, and I have to keep that work life, stream, everything else balanced. So I think I'm gonna run. But yeah, I have some pretty big plans for this. I don't know if we're gonna do this area as a room, or if we want these two as rooms and then like have this be a big wide walkway. I don't know. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this though, because there's a lot of mountain here, so it's gonna probably shoot straight through and look into the lagoon and everything when we're done. Kind of super villain basey to a sense, I suppose. Not that I'm big onto the whole super villain thing, but I think it'll be cool. I may lift these up 1 per, so that this would be here, here, and then this one would be up 2, and then kind of have all of it stilting up. I don't know. Whatever. Old Minecraft textures are hard to build in, so it's kind of difficult to envision it, but I'm getting somewhere with it. I do love the sunset though. Anyways, y'all, thanks for hanging out today, and I will see you guys soon enough.